Morning light at 7:30, soft enough to make us gold. Rain was scheduled for the evening, just enough to make it cold. Coffee waiting by the window, air's at 22 degrees. You were standing in the doorway like you wanted me to leave. Everything was working, that was the strange part. Nothing broke around us, just us. Perfect forecast, blue all day. Nothing in the sky to explain why you walked away. Perfect forecast, every little thing on time. Sunlight on the windows, your hands slipping out of mine. No storm warning, no reason given. Perfect weather, bad conditions. Perfect weather, bad conditions. We had dinner under skylights, ordered something overpriced. You said maybe we should talk now. I said, can we not tonight? Someone laughed across the terrace, flowers open right on cue. Every surface looked expensive, I couldn't look at you. Everything was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Everything was fine. Funny how perfection never learned to read the signs. Perfect forecast, blue all day. Nothing in the sky to explain why you walked away. Perfect forecast, every little thing on time. Sunlight on the windows, your hands slipping out of mine. No storm warning, no reason given. Perfect weather, bad conditions. We could change the room temperature, change the view, change the light, mute the street below us, make the stars come out at night. We could make the windows darker, make the morning start at 10. We changed everything around us, it's never changed what happened then. Perfect forecast, blue all day. Nothing in the sky could have made you wanna stay. Perfect forecast, every system reading fine. Sunlight on the windows, no hand inside of mine. No storm warning, no dramatic ending. Perfect weather, nothing worth pretending. Perfect weather, bad conditions. Perfect weather, bad conditions. Tomorrow says clear skies again. Of course it does.
Free Vale, 89.1.
Hey free ones, plastic weather, perfect forecast. Pretty good way to start a Friday. This week the city has already wanted our identity, our time, our songs, and a little bit of our emotional state. So naturally, we end with money. But this is not going to be an episode called Everything is Expensive. You can open a bill for that. I'm interested in something else. What is a price if it depends not only on the thing, but on who's looking at it? Novalink Ad Grid understands the value of a profile because showing the exact same ad to everybody is wasteful. Personalization can be useful. Show you something you actually need. Give a discount to somebody who otherwise wouldn't buy. Stop showing you the same product 50 times after you already bought it. I'm in favor of all that. Now change one word. Not, what should we show you? But, how much are you willing to pay? And suddenly that exact same profile means something very different. Because now I'm looking at a price and I don't know. Is that the price of the product? Or did the system just price me? Subscribe while free Vale still costs the same for everybody, which is nothing. And leave a premium like on the basic plan. This is Skye on Free Vale 89.1 FM. We've got 4 price tags today. The interesting one is the one that doesn't tell you who actually chose the number. RONIN clause, love on a meter.
Dark lights blinking time like they're counting every beat. Your smile hits my chest and the overly wakes. A little red number where my breathing shakes. With 2 silhouettes in a corridor of glass, trying to be human while the scammers let us pass. I reach for your hand and the moment gets weighed. Warmth turns into units, tenderness into trade. Love on a meter, running while we speak. Love on a meter, charging when you breathe. On a renewed devotion, monthly pain on file. Convenience in the fine print, safety in the smile. Your voice custom filtered, soft as distant drums. Like the city edits us before the sentence comes. I don't want permission, I don't want to prove. I want you unguarded, unmeasured, unproved. But the night keeps tally like a debt in my ribs. Every kiss a receipt, every promise a blip. Love on a meter, running while we speak. Love on a meter, saturate when you breathe. They don't sell romance, they sell time with romance. I saw your eyes go distant when the number climbed, like you learned to call it normal a long, long time. If I go quiet, do I get you back? If I go invisible, do we slip through the cracks? We're not a service, not a plan, not a cheer. If it's all that to the city when it's listening in here. Love on a meter, running while we speak. Love on a meter, charging when you breathe. Love on a meter, inside to the screen. Love on a meter, and I still want you clean. No more units, no more proof, no more trying again. Just
Second price tag, an apartment. This one looks more honest. There's an owner, demand, a district, a price, market. Only the modern market really likes advice. One landlord asked the system, "What can I charge for this place right now?" Second landlord asked the same system. Third one too. Nobody called each other. Nobody sat in a dark room over a city map agreeing to raise rent. Everybody made an independent decision, based on the same recommendation. That's what makes this interesting. We're used to looking for collusion where people actively coordinate. A system can create very similar behavior without anybody colluding. Everybody just trusts the same view of the market. And again, market intelligence is useful. Not every landlord is an economics genius. Not every one of them is trying to squeeze the highest possible number out of somebody. A lot of people just don't want to be wrong. But if nobody wants to price below whatever the calculator calls optimal, the word market starts meaning something different, especially in South Fringe, where housing already lives somewhere between temporary, 1 more month, and the contract hasn't renewed yet. So the question isn't, is the algorithm guilty? The question is, how independent is a decision when everybody gets their confidence from the same place?
They measured out the daylight, gave each branch an equal share. Every root received a number, every leaf received its share. The fruit came in on schedule, smooth beneath the testing light. Perfect weight and perfect color, never touched by weather once. I held one in my open hand, no bruise, no mark, no past. Something living, trained to ripen without ever leaving glass. Fruit grown under glass, sweet enough to pass. Nothing wild can reach it, nothing real can last. Fruit grown under glass, I know that shape too well. Raised to meet the standard, never taught to tell. The climate changes quietly before the sensors call it change. Rain arrives in measured droplet seasons, stay inside their range. A chamber breathes behind the wall, a program turns the soil. Nothing bends without permission, nothing grows beyond its role. They say the taste is cleaner when uncertainty is gone. I bite through the perfect surface, something in it tastes like home, described by someone else. Fruit grown under glass, sweet enough to pass. No frost against the blossom, no summer moving fast. Fruit grown under glass, I know that shape too well. Made to look alive inside a calibrated shell. Grow, fit, return, grow. Maybe life does not become false just because it learned the room. Maybe roots will take their chances anywhere they're given room. But I want one crooked branch, one scar the glass can't explain. One small thing that ripened badly because it heard unplanned rain. Fruit grown under glass, sweet enough to pass. Every fall corrected, every season built to last. Fruit grown under glass, I know that shape too well. Still alive beneath the pattern of a shell. Fruit grown under glass, hold the seed and wait. Something living always leans against the shape they make.
This is Free Vale, 89.1 FM.
The cloud. I love that word. Very convenient. No concrete box, no cables, no cooling, no megawatts. Just a soft little white cloud where your files live. Novalink knows better, obviously. So does Sundome. Digital infrastructure is extremely physical. It stands somewhere on the ground. It needs power, cooling, backup, routes. And if compute has high strategic value, it makes perfect sense to sell stable energy to the place with guaranteed demand and a very large contract. You don't need a conspiracy theory. Normal economics will do. Then somebody living nearby asks why their bill is going up, why local capacity is getting tighter, or why water and power suddenly have a very large new neighbor. That's the part I care about. Global services love speaking globally. Their physical bill always arrives somewhere specific. The cloud was never immaterial. We just stared at the screen for a very long time without asking where the building was. After that, I want something big and mechanical. Not epic, just heavy enough to remind you, the internet weighs something too. Orbital knife. Reentry without permission.
The window hours ago, they cleared the lower sky. My name went dark across the board, no corridor, no reply. The cabin shakes against my spine, the hull begins to sing. Every number says turn back, there is no back from here. Temperature rising, rising, rising. Pressure increasing, ground control silent, silent, silent. Body descending. Reentry without permission. Let the atmosphere decide. I have crossed your final boundary. I am coming down alive. Reentry without permission. No approved return inside. You can close the landing channel. You cannot close the sky. The contract owns the vessel. The company owns the route. They own the burn calculation. They don't own the body coming through. A red line cuts the console. A warning fills the glass. They ask me to surrender thrust. I give the engine more. Temperature rising, rising, rising. Vision narrowing, narrowing. Signal unstable. Gravity gathering. Reentry without permission. Let the atmosphere decide. I have crossed your final boundary. I am coming down alive. Reentry without permission. No approved return inside. You can close the landing channel. You cannot close the sky. Too fast, too low. No clearance, still descending. Too hot, too close. No permission, still returning.
Return authorization denied.
I did not ask to return.
I asked the ground to let me touch it.
And the ground said nothing. Reentry without permission. Let the atmosphere decide. I have crossed your final boundary. I am coming down alive. Reentry without permission. Feel the weight return inside. You can own the
Last price tag of the week, a concert ticket. The moral math gets especially funny here. Big artist name on the poster, number on the checkout screen. So obviously the artist chose the number. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes partly, and sometimes that number has a venue, promoter, production, security, insurance, distribution, platform fees, and enough other people behind it to form a second band. That doesn't mean the artist is responsible for nothing. If your name sells the ticket and you're taking part of the money, you don't get to hide completely behind the word system. But pretending the most visible person controls the entire chain is convenient too. You can see that pretty well around the Valevin network in Port Vale. Kurt hasn't been just a musician from South Docks for a long time. Studios grew around him, a label, production work, archive discipline, a whole piece of infrastructure without which some of this city's music probably never reaches a listener. Music doesn't magically appear between artist and audience. There's infrastructure in the middle, sometimes good, sometimes expensive, sometimes both. That feels like a decent Friday aftertaste. We started the week asking how easily a system should be able to read us. We're ending it asking how easily we read an entire system through one visible face. Tell me in the comments what you're genuinely willing to pay more for in music. The room? Sound? The artist? A small venue? A physical release? No advertising your sales schemes while you're down there. Subscribe to Free Vale and leave a no hidden fees like. Links to the other Free Vale channels are in the description. This is Skye on Free Vale 89.1 FM. That closes the week. You can keep the price tag. An explanation would be nice too. Violet exit. Leave the light running.
You're listening to Free Vale 89.1 FM.